Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley, and today I'm here with
Brock Kemp.
Brock. Thank you for coming on the show. You are our very first 2025.
Man, it's dope, man. I appreciate you having me out here.
Absolutely. So you go to Hickman. You play basketball and football. I want to ask you, what is Hickman like?
Man, it has its ups and downs. I mean, a lot of people think it's just pretty bad for sports, but it got good people, good coaches, and a good community. So it's pretty nice out there.
All right, so let's get to the hot seat. Of course, I do that for everybody.
For sure.
We've got 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1, and then we'll go.
All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Favorite song?
Free Game by Baby Smooth.
What's your dream car?
Hellcat.
Are you a morning or night person?
Night person.
Favorite artist?
Baby Smooth.
Okay, what's a hobby that you have?
I like to play the game.
What's your favorite food?
I like wings.
What's your least favorite sport?
I don't like lacrosse.
Okay, birthday?
January 17th.
Do you have a nickname?
Bubby.
All right, and do you have a favorite dog breed?
I like German Shepherds.
All right, that was 30 seconds. I kind of tripped on my words a little bit too, so I think you would have actually gotten like 28 if I didn't mess up there. So let's start with football first.
All right.
When did you start playing football?
So I started playing football when I was in second grade. I played up in third grade with my uncle's team, and then I played with him all the way up till I couldn't, up to CYFL was done. So I started at a pretty young age.
All right, so what were your earlier years at Hickman like, ninth and 10th grade year?
So ninth year we had a pretty senior packed team. So it was a lot of just watching and learning and trying to see what they do, pick up on it, and then up in my sophomore year, kind of got a bigger role, and then I had a pretty big role up in our offense in both sports, so it was pretty nice.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about junior year. I saw that you guys had the forfeit game, so if you're able to talk about that, let's talk about that a little bit. And how was that year?
It was just it was a pretty weird year, I say. We had a pretty good team, but towards the end, it just kind of fell apart. We just couldn't get, after a few losses, it kind of just knocked us off our track, and we could never get back on it. So it was kind of an off season, kind of a rough time. So it was a pretty weird time, but I think after that we picked it back up.
Right, so we're getting into the football season now. How have the preseason workouts gone for the Hickman team?
They're going pretty well. I say with Conyers coming over, he's got a lot more people more invested and actually wanting to work. I know that he gave us a new weight room, and I know like in the future additions they'll love it a lot because we had a pretty good amount coming even with the bad weight room. So it's just anything you can do to make the school better is what we need.
So let's take a look at the schedule. I'll go through all 9. You are at Marquette to start off the year. Then you have Elias at home, traveling to Cap City, Battle at home, at Smith Cotton, Jefferson City at home, at Camdenton, and then at Rockbridge, and then you end off the season Chaminade at home. So there are a few games that, I mean, just off the bat, like for almost any team in the state, it's out of reach. Like Rockbridge, Elias, and Marquette. Those are some of the best teams in the state. So those are going to be really tough games. But other than that, I mean, all those games, I think you all have a pretty good chance to sneak a win in there. So which game are you most excited for out of all 9 of those?
I'll probably say I'm ready for Battle and Rockbridge. Just being my senior year and going to my last rivalry game, it's bad blood on the field, but off the field is good. So I'm ready for it.
All right. So do you have any expectations or goals for your senior year?
I want to have a better season, winning season than last year. I want to be an all-state tight end again. Get over 700 receiving yards, and then just become a better player and a better athlete and leader.
All right, so let's talk about your stats and credentials as a tight end for Hickman.
So last year I had 650 receiving yards and 47 catches and 9 touchdowns. I think last year it was just I knew I had to step up with the team we had. We lost a lot of good players to transfers and graduating. And I knew I'd be that guy, so I took every week pretty serious. I went hard at practice, and then I got the outcomes I wanted, so it showed a lot.
All right, so how about the credentials?
I got I got all state, all district. I also got first. I was first team both, and then I got offense MVP for my school. So
Nice. All right. So let's go move to basketball. When did you start playing?
I started playing basketball when I was around 7. Me and my dad just go outside with our hoop we had, and then we just get shots up. And then that was like our way of bonding. So I was usually outside a lot when I was younger.
What were your earlier years like at Hickman?
So with Hickman basketball earlier in the year, we had my freshman year we had some pretty good leading seniors, and we had a pretty good team. We made it to the district championship, and it showed a lot. Midway through the season, they brought me up for varsity, and then I started starting, and then it just everything went uphill, and it just showed me a lot being a freshman and just seeing how the game changed.
How about sophomore year?
Sophomore year was a solid year, I'd say. We had a pretty good team sophomore year, but I'd say just towards the end we just kind of fell off track, and then in the districts we kind of just fell apart.
So junior year, 22-8, very nice. District champions. How was that year?
It was probably my favorite year out of the 3. Just the team, we knew we had the potential and the talent. So every day in practice, we're going at it. We're just going hard as we can, and we're just trying to show that like we were a top team that year. I think besides the Oak Park game, I think we were a top team in the state last year.
Right, that district was really stacked. We did a district basketball predictions video, and I did have you guys losing to Battle. So, I don't want to say that I was super surprised because I knew that all 3 of the Columbia teams had a very solid chance. Like I'd say like 33% chance, 33% chance, 33% chance. It was a stacked district, and you all did come out of it. So I was pretty proud of you guys for that. So it ended up being a pretty good season for you all. Do you have any goals or expectations for this year?
So with the new team, we have I think we don't have nobody returning, so it's going to be a whole new team. So I think just going. I want to be just have the normals over 500, get the wins, the district championships. I still want to make it to state all that. I think we're capable, and then I just want to make it the best year I can for my senior year.
All right. Do you have any stats from your basketball career so far?
So last year, my junior year, I averaged 16 and a half, and I averaged I think it was 11 rebounds and then like 7 assists. So I'm trying to average over 20 this year, and then average more than 15 rebounds a game, and then be the leader in assists too.
So you play small forward or power forward?
I do more forward. I can do either one though.
Just either? You just play. All right.
Just play.
So how about your credentials?
So last year I was a first team All-State, first team district, first team conference. I got like MVP of the Rammy tournament. I think I had the MVP of the Norm Stewart too. So it was a pretty good year.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's move on to recruiting. How about that? How has recruiting been for you?
It's starting to pick up a lot more than it used to be throughout the years. I say people are starting to get the name a little bit more, just going on the circuit, and then with football, just getting the All-State honors, and then all the credentials I got. So I think people are starting to take notice.
So you have 3 stars in football. Are you happy with that?
It was cool, but now I want to get the 4th or the 5th. I want to get that.
Okay, so 24/7 hasn't really done a lot with the Missouri players for high school basketball, though. So you don't have a star rating in basketball, correct?
Nah, not yet.
But there's literally like only 15 guys that they have there. So are you looking to get maybe 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, I was talking with them. I think I'm about to start getting the stars.
Absolutely, that's great. All right. So have you done any like exposure camps for football?
Last month I went to the Lindenwood Mega Camp, and then I draw a lot of attention, and then since then I've just gotten some visits I got, and that's really it.
Okay, so how about basketball? Any exposure camps?
So I went to the Crossroads All-American Camp my sophomore year, and then this year I'm just going to do the Go Live Midwest Camp. It's just not too many, and I did like the Lindenwood shootout.
Right, so you also play summer ball. You were at Peach Jam, right, in Chicago, or what was it?
It was UA finals, UAA
Okay.
finals.
So what team do you play for, and how long have you been playing for them?
I play with the Gateway Knights, and I started playing with them last year.
Okay, so do you all have a pretty good amount of success?
Yeah, we're a pretty good team. We were last year we finished in the final 8 with the UAA, so it's pretty crazy.
Is that teams all around the country too?
Yeah, it's teams all around the country, and then we have some Canadian teams.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
it's pretty nice. Yeah.
So are the Knights, where are you all located?
St. Louis.
Okay. All right, so I want to ask you now, what offers do you currently have on the table?
So for football, I have Kent State, University of Northern Iowa, Missouri Southern, and then I got like Mizzou on top of the list. That's what I'm looking at pretty heavily. And then basketball, I got Lindenwood, and I just picked up Converse up in Chicago. And then I'm starting to talk with a few more like Furman, SIUE, SEMO, and then Liberty.
So do you have any that have offered you for both sports?
No, not yet, but I think throughout the season I can do it.
Right. So what teams do you have at the top of your list right now?
I'll probably say I like for football wise I like Mizzou. I like Northern Iowa. I like all the offers I got. They're pretty good bonds. They talk to me almost every day, and it's good vibes. And then with basketball, I like Lindenwood a lot, and then I'm starting to like the schools I'm starting to talk to, just building the relationships.
Right. So are you wanting to do both basketball and football, or are you kind of just, like focusing on one a little more than the other right now?
I say if I get the opportunity to do both and it works out, then I'll do that. But if I had to choose one, then man, I don't know what I could go with. I just had to see the final options.
Right. So, I mean, you're talking about Mizzou a lot. You haven't quite gotten an offer quite yet from Mizzou, right? So, that is the dream school. So it'll probably end up being whichever one they offer you on is what you go with.
Yeah, I like Mizzou. I like being a hometown guy. I don't really care to go too far away from family, so
Right.
whatever I can stay closest to home.
Maybe Lindenwood as well if they offer you both. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, not too far.
Lindenwood is building in football. Their basketball team has not been the greatest, but I think you come there and help. So
dope.
that would be big. And then they just got Hoyt Gregory, quarterback from North Point. Maybe we'll have him on at some point, hopefully.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So that would be cool catching some passes from him there at Lindenwood. You've got a lot of good options, I'd say. So if you could go pro, though, would it be football or basketball?
If I could go pro, I'd choose basketball.
All right. And why?
When I just being younger, watching the basketball teams when I was younger with my dad, and just seeing like the younger LeBron, the younger Kevin Durant, all of them, it's just been a dream. And then I know just doing that would just be a dream come true. But if I can do it in either, I'll take it. So,
in your opinion, which one do you think you're better at?
man,
Hard hitter right there.
yeah. I want to say basketball, but I think in football, just like my size and just what I can do is probably show more on the field than on the court. So I'd probably say I'll say football by a little bit.
Okay. So this is our last question of the day. What do you want your major to be if you've chosen anything? And what are you kind of looking to do as a career if you don't continue with professional sports?
Okay, so if sports don't work, I was thinking that I either want to be like a therapist or either start a business. I know like my dad and mom enjoy doing like making like coffee and cooking, and they're pretty big Christians, so I think that they were trying to start something up with like a Christian coffee shop. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll probably just try and get into human services if I can.
That'd be very nice. So I want to tell everybody I started a Mizzou Dynasty. We actually talked about that. We're talking about college football. So if you guys have not seen that, I'll put one of the videos up here, the last one. That'll be the game against Boston College. Week 3 is the one that I just uploaded. But that's all we've got for today, Brock. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, anytime, man. I appreciate you having me.
This has been Missouri Sports Talk. See you next time.